Hey guys, it's Marcel here at Pro Play Games. Today, Set 6 was just released, so I'm going to make a quick deck profile for a deck that I've been trying to work on ever since I started looking at the cards. And I think this should give a rough skeleton of what you guys should start with before branching out and seeing what you guys should be building with the new cards. So today I'm working with the new Gogeta leader, and I'm going to be using the Gogeta engine that uses the new SSB Gogeta Fusion Onslaught. So let's get started. Let's talk about the leader first. The front side of the leader is Son Goku and Vegeta. So it is a red Saiyan leader, and it's Goku and Vegeta BR as the characters. So his skill is an activate main, not an auto when he attacks. Activate main, you pitch one Goku or Vegeta BR, and you draw 2 cards. And then you get the option to either take a life or not. So it's an optional thing, but it could be very useful to +3, essentially. You +2, but you cycle 3. You see 3 new cards. So you get to see a lot of cards in your deck, so you get to dig through it really fast and get what you need as fast as you can. When this card awakens, he untaps 1 energy and draws a card, which is a common theme that I'm seeing recurring throughout Set 6. A lot of leaders have that card text. When he awakens, he's SSB Gogeta, they fuse together. So he has an auto, when he attacks, draw a card, very common. But an activate battle, which is very interesting. So after negates happen, after they resolve, you can activate this ability on any time during battle. You don't have to even do it on the leader's battle. You can use it during mid of a battle card attack. You can use this ability. When it's during battle, you can, once per turn, during your turn, discard 1 red card from your hand. Doesn't have to be a battle card, so any red card. And you give this leader 5k power and double strike. And also, for the rest of that turn, your opponent cannot use counters 2 or higher. So that includes Mafuba, Rakuma Racer Gun, stuff like that. So that's really useful because Mafuba actually does hurt this deck, so they even thought about that and put this leader to counter that problem. So let's start with the deck. As you can see, there's a lot of the new set in here, this deck. It's mainly just that. Set 6 cards, really easy to make this deck. It's just all Goku, Vegeta BRs that are actually good and playable that are in this deck. So the 1-drops, Vegeta and Son Goku, what they both do is they search for each other and or a Vector. They look at the top 3 when you play them. If you find the alternate of whatever you're playing, because for Goku he finds Vegeta, and Vegeta he finds Goku, but both of them can find Deku. So at the end of the turn, after you pass, it'll come back to your hand at the end of your turn. So if it replaces itself, you're actually plussing 1 because it replaces itself and it's coming back to your hand. But the added benefit of it is that it's a 10k statted 1-drop, which, as we know, is already very strong with the Bardock. You produce a 1 energy 10k power attack that also returns itself back to your hand, so it doesn't hurt your hand size in any way, shape, or form. And it's very useful because they are fusion targets, so once they're in your hand, you can use them to fuse over and over again. For 2-drops, we got another Goku and Vegeta pair, BR. Sparking 2 for both of these autos, which is very interesting to get with your leader ability. You just pitch, draw 2, so you're filling up your overrun already, or your drop area for sparking. The Goku looks at the top 5 for a Vegeta card, that's BR, or a Gogeta. So instead of the Vekus, they search for the Gogetas. So turn 1, you're just searching for your pieces, and turn 2, you're searching for your end game pieces. So it's kind of scales you throughout the game slowly, and it really ends up getting you where you need to be. Next is our super combo. This is the same exact card text as Bulma from the last set. It's just when your life's at 4 or less, you draw a card, but it's 10k all the time in the power department. But we're playing Set 6, so want to use the new Set 6 cards. So 3-drops, we have a SSB Son Goku. Well, this card is really strong. It can activate main, go to 20k power. At the end of his turn, it returns itself to his hand, and its main auto, which is Sparking 3. You look at the top 7 cards for a Vegeta card, that's a Vegeta BR, and play it in rest mode. All of the Vegetas in this deck get benefits when they're on the board. So when you play this Vegeta, even if it's in rest mode, it'll still look at the top 3, and at the end of the turn, it'll still go back to your hand. So you're plussing 2 if you actually hit with this. The same thing with this this Vegeta. You look at the top 5 for a Gogeta or Goku, and at the end of the turn, it'll come back to your hand. Now, note that the 2-drops, you do have to pitch a card if you do find a target, but not the 1-drops. But sometimes it's really important just to have the piece because you need it by turn 4. Turn 3, this is kind of the worst Vegeta, I think, in the whole chain as well. He's only a 2 of, and I have a 4 of for the Goku. Because if he's in rest mode from the summoning from the 3-drop Goku, he can't use his main effect. Because it says tap this card, put it in rest mode to look at, let's see, I think that's how he searches. He searches the top of his deck for a Goku, top 7, and plays it. But if he's in rest mode off of this guy, it stops the loop. It can't keep going. But he activate mains can ignore barrier and minus 10k power card. And at the end of this turn, he returns back to your hand. So all of these cards, all the BRs, they all return to your hand at the end of the turn. That's really useful for maintaining hand advantage and fusion targets. Speaking of fusion, we have Veku the Fragile and Veku Contents Under Pressure. As you can see, there's a 4-2 split because I highly value the big boy Veku more than the skinny one. Both of these Vekus can only be summoned once per turn. Once you play one, you can't play another one of itself, but you can play 2 separate Vekus. Like you can play the 15k, you can play the 10k in the same turn, which is very cool, and it can extend your play. You can summon a lot of battle cards in one turn and keep going. They fuse for 0. That's interesting to note. Fusion for 0, and you can summon a 15k or a 10k that can attack. And after you're done attacking, you can activate main, put it in the drop area, and get the pieces that you fused with and put them back to your hand. That's really good. You only -1 for an extra attack. It's really strong, and both of them have their own effects that are very useful in their own right. There's the big Veku can attack active battle cards, and a small Veku can minus 10k power a card. So it's really strong for clearing the board, maintaining the board presence, and keeping the board clear because your 4-drop, your finisher requires there to be nothing on the board. So Unbreakable Goku, we're a mono red deck. We just need to survive or output damage, so we got a draw card, pseudo combo, as they say. And our finisher is the 6 and 8-drop Gogetas. This Gogeta is insane. He reduces himself by 2 just by paying 4 and fusioning a Goku VR and a Vegeta BR, and they draw 2 cards when they fusion. So pretty much you don't lose anything out of it except for 1 card in your hand to summon a 25k attacker that pretty much is Jiren. He attacks in active mode cards, and if he does, he restands once per turn. The best thing in this deck right here, hands down, SSB Gogeta, Fusion Onslaught. Evolves on top of the 6-drop for 0 as an EX evolve, but you pitch 2 red cards. As long as it's a red card, you can pitch it, including your extra cards, you can just pitch those to fusion on top of it. If there's nothing on the enemy's, in their battle area for battle cards, you just burn them 2 damage. They take 2 damage, it just crits their life. They do not collect $200, they do not pass go. You just burn them for 2. It's like lightning fast hit from set 1, but better. It's more easy to pull off, in my opinion. And it's 35k double strikers, so like after you burn them for 2, you swing. They can't move Fuba because your leader ability, and you just dump your hand if they don't negate. And if they are at 2 life, you can also use your leader ability to gain double strike. So either way, you're probably winning on turn 4 or 5 usually because you're burning them for 2. And that's kind of the whole point of the deck. You're swinging with 10ks and 15ks, etc., trying to get them to 4 life, and then you're just on turn 4 trying to burn them down really fast. Put them on a clock because on turn 4 you burn them for 2, they're at 2 life, and if they start negating and all that stuff and survive 1 more turn, you can just do the whole thing again next turn, and then they just explode and they die, burn damage. This is really good against Janemba because they have infinite negates and survivability, but they can't stop. There's no bloodlust in their deck. They can't stop just burn damage. It's just gonna happen. They're gonna eat it. Now the last few cards are the extra cards. We have After Image, Technique, and Is That All You Got from set 6. This card is really cool. It's kind of like Revenge Death Ball in a way, where if you negate the attack, you can pitch another card. You can minus 15k battle cards, 2 of them, so you can kill like if one has an attack that you can minus 515k, so it's weaker before the attacks happen, or maybe even kill it. And the same thing kind of for After Image, you minus 10k battle card on their board. Right, like this whole deck just like minuses everywhere, and attacks battle cards, active mode. Like you can't really get around it. Your board's gonna be wiped off, and you're gonna take burn damage. You're gonna be on a clock. I think it's really strong. Haven't really worked on a side deck yet, guys. I hope you guys use this as a skeleton for testing and for more improvement of where this deck could go. Maybe little additions and minuses and pluses here and there. But good luck to you guys. Good luck to testing, and happy set 6.